So, Digital Hoos.
Digital Who's, that's me.
Do people call you Digital
People
Hoos?
probably call me Who's mostly.
Wow,
Oh,
where'd
okay.
you get that name from?
I don't know why I had this thought. This I thought I had a while ago. I'm like, my name's Hassam Al-Hajj, right? I want to get content that's going to be applicable to white people. White people cannot pronounce my name. And Al-Hajj maybe does not have the best ring to it. So I got to come up with something better. And people also used to call me Who's. So I'm like, all right, cool, that makes sense. I love digital. I'm in digital. Digital Who's.
Okay.
Click.
Why are you trying to target the West?
I'm trying to target everyone. So when I run ads on my podcast, I run via the whole world.
Okay.
So I don't want to, I'm not just.
You want to be
Middle
like
East.
international, I said.
Well, yeah, because my content's not just Middle East centric, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to get more people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you gotta have to play it. I don't like it. Pseudonyms are, I don't know. But everyone has it. For example, you have Jason Capital. His name is something else, and Gary V is Gary Vaynerchuk. So everyone has like a kind of a pseudonym anyway. Today's world.
True.
Yeah.
Everyone has a stage name.
Like J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Beautiful Lentil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Nice. Because your last name, right?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Jamil
Yeah.
Adas.
There, that's
It's a good one. I gotta say,
It's a
I'm
good
really
one.
proud of you with that one.
It's really
Jay.
smart.
It's a really
It's
good
really
one
smart.
because mine doesn't work at all.
Isra.
Long questful journey through the night. Isra. Just that on its own. It's not. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
So you guys know Gary V, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
You don't know Gary V?
No.
Gary V is he's really big right now. He owns a media agency in the States. He's also this a superstar in terms of like public speaking, inspiration, motivation, right? And he's one of those people who always talks about how his upbringing and his life, for example, made him naturally empathetic and naturally accountable and a hustler and et cetera, et cetera.
My hero, by the way.
Yeah, I love Gary V. Like he was there when I needed a positive voice. So that's why, he's very special to me. But he talks about people who are the complete opposite from him. And that was me. The complete opposite of Gary V. So I grew up not impoverished, a happy home, right? My parents are great. They did their best. But for some reason, I was unaccountable. I took no accountability. I was non-empathetic. I couldn't understand a person's point of view. I'd only just get angry. No emotional awareness, right? And that's how I was. And it was really strange. I'm looking back at it now. And
Were you aware of it at that time?
No, I was completely not self-aware, right?
Okay.
So I had a lot of, growing up, I had a lot of confidence issues. I used to get bullied a lot, even though I'm a very tall guy. I used to get bullied a lot, maybe because I was an easy target for the bullies, maybe, what I mean? The big guy who doesn't fight back, right? So I think that translated in my adult life as someone who tried to fit wherever you wanted to, right? I used to call myself like a chameleon. I was really proud of it. Like I could be friends with you and I'd go friends with someone very different. I used to be proud of it. Back then it was like, it's not authentic, right? It's the complete opposite of authentic. You're a fake person just so you can belong, right?
Accommodating.
Yeah. You'll be whatever that person wants you to be. So
Yeah.
you can become his friend, right?
Ooh.
And so like a chameleon. And I used to be so proud of myself for it. Looking back, I'm like, what a silly thing to be proud of, right?
What age is this?
Late teens, early 20s,
Okay.
right? And I was a person I would never used to take blame. Completely unaccountable. I used to blame everything. Blame whatever you want, right? I blame friends, blame God, blame parents, blame
The referee.
teachers, blame the referee, blame whatever. Blame everything except yourself, right? So I got to a point when I was 26 years old. I was in Dubai. Because I moved here when I was, 24?
You moved
23?
here for work?
I worked here for work. I started working here. And at the age of 26, I hit the most rock bottom. I hit my rock bottom. I think everyone has a different rock bottom in life, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's very different. I can't say that my rock bottom is more unique than anyone else's, right? It was unique to me.
Very true.
And I believe I hit a rock bottom in every aspect of my life. Physically, I had broken my leg. So that was my rock bottom, right? Mentally, I was down. I was very negative. Financially, I was broke. And I talk about it openly. I was so broke I couldn't afford water for a week. When you're in Dubai, you can't afford water. I had to steal water from work. You know how they give you bottles in media agencies? I would take 6 or 7 every day because I couldn't afford water. And you can't drink the tap water here.
Yeah.
And literally, I had zero. Like my bank account was 0 dirhams.
Damn. How
Like
did you
not,
get there?
not even
That's
coins,
tough, man.
nothing. I was so deep in debt because I accumulated so much debt by my first year here. So my side, I was losing like 2/3 to debt, and then you lose another bit to rent, and then another bit to gas,
But
to food.
You have a job.
I had a job.
So
But
how
like a
did
week,
you
but a
lose the
week
money?
before I get paid, that week I'm so broke, I steal water from
Okay,
work.
I see,
Okay.
yeah.
So 7 days, you're like
Yeah.
what I do is I have like a lot of tuna in the cupboard. So I would eat. It's not like I'm not eating, right? I would be dead, but I'd have no water.
Yeah.
That was tough, man.
Yeah,
That's
So
tough,
how
right?
did you get yourself into that position?
So I moved to Dubai. Moved in with a friend of mine, and we took a place. And obviously, when you move, you know how Dubai is, right? It's a check,
Yeah.
right? I don't have any money. My parents didn't give me any money, so right, fine. So take a loan for the first rent, right? Then you take a credit card. Then the credit card accumulates, so you pay your furniture. Now you're paying off debt off the credit card because you maxed out your credit card. Then I was such a bad roommate. I was such a bad friend to that guy, and I probably treated him really badly. He's like, I don't want to live with you anymore. You're on your own again. Cool. You have to move to another place. That's another 30K. Who has 30K? That's another loan.
Yeah.
You get how these things add up? It's not like I was spending popping bottles.
Yeah.
I was paying rent.
That's
just
why
couldn't
I was
afford rent.
asking. I wanted to know if you were
Yeah.
popping bottles.
No, it really
or
wasn't.
It was just
It was it was just me being not a good person, putting other people like in annoying ways that they don't want to be around me, and then they'd leave, and then I'm stuck there paying another rent check with a loan, and then another one with a loan, and it accumulates. And now I'm in a lot of debt.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
can't
yeah.
afford
Loans scare me, man.
loans, man. They're scary, man.
Scare me.
Yeah.
And then I had a student loan as well. I was paying 1,500 dirhams for. I'm still paying it. I'll be done with it in September. Right?
Okay.
Why did I get a student loan? Because I had to get a master's degree. Why did I get a master's degree? Because you're an Arab kid. You can't be an Arab kid without a master's degree.
Yeah.
You're caring about what other people think about you, right? Because you don't want your fourth cousin 6 times removes dog walker's cousin to think that you're not smart enough, right?
Yeah.
That's the Arab world we live
For
in,
sure.
right? Yeah.
For sure.
And my parents wanted me an engineer. Didn't do it engineering. Dropped out of that one. You know what I mean? So every decision I took that had to do with someone else's opinion ended up being a bad decision, right? So anyway, can't afford water. Broke my leg. Had no friends. Had no girlfriend. My relationship with my parents was not good because I blamed them for everything. So then I looked around, right? You're sitting there. I'm like crying every night. Literally crying. You're going to sleep crying. I was sitting there. I remember one day I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, who's left to blame? So I go through my blame checklist. Blamed him. Broke my leg. Blamed him. I'm broke. Blamed blah, blah, blah. Then I got to the end. I'm like, there's no one left. There's no one left except one person. Myself. 26 years, I've never blamed myself. So eventually I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, all right, man, you suck. You gotta change this, right? You can't keep doing this. And ever since then, I've been on like a journey. It's been 5 years now, 26, 31. Self-improvement. First thing I did, man, I drowned out negativity, man. I used to love to listen to sad music. I still do. Sad music is fun. But when you're negative and you listen to sad music, it just makes you more negative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I love 3 Doors Down, right? I love listening to it now, but when you're sad and you're singing back, what's that song? London?
No
I woke
idea
up.
what it
Yeah,
is.
it's a really good song, right?
Sing it for us,
No,
please.
I cannot sing it. Don't know the lyrics. I do not have a singing voice. So you get to that point is where negative music just made you really sad. A lot more sad than you are, right? So then I cut out negative music. And I'm like, cool, I need positivity. I found Gary Vee. That's when I discovered Gary Vee 5 years ago. Listen to him on loop, right? Joe Rogan, listen to him on loop. David Goggins
Joe
on
Rogan helps promote positivity.
loop. 100%.
Yeah, I believe it.
100%. The people he has
Rolling
on.
my eyes.
What are you talking about? The guy records maybe 10 hours of podcast a day. He hunts. He's a comedian. He's an actor. UFC. The guy's a hustler.
A lot of knowledge dropped in his podcast, which I find to be
For me,
very
Joe
useful.
Rogan is just trying to learn, and he's exactly what I'm trying to do. He's trying
Curious,
to learn, and he
for
just wants
sure.
to share. He's going to learn regardless, so at least he'll record it. That's what I like about it, right?
So all of this is happening organically?
Organically.
Like as in it's coming from within you. You
Well,
have decided to
yeah.
take the step. You're the one pushing yourself to do all of these things.
I
like-
had to.
And do you think it's because you hit rock bottom?
Yeah.
Like what is
so
the catalyst? for all
Jordan
this?
Peterson talks about how it's really important. Out of suffering, good things come. Right. I think I had to hit rock bottom. If I never did, and I hit them all at once. It's not like I was broke 1 year, and then no friends another. It came all at once. One huge meteor of negativity hit me at once. Right. I think I had to hit that bottom.
A fuck ball.
Yeah. There you go. A big old shit ball. Right.
I don't know, like it felt really forced. Like you really wanted to swear.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Ever since we had to talk about swearing, I've been like waiting for my cue.
So, there you go, man. I'm glad you broke
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
So looked in the mirror, and like again, I just drowned out negativity with positivity. 24/7 listening to these guys. 24/7. And it obviously didn't happen overnight, which is the fact that I got rid of negativity, started blaming myself. What was a big one? Taking accountability was huge for me. Self-awareness was huge. David Goggins talks about you got to look into an accountability mirror, right? So I started looking at myself in the mirror. All right, man, you suck. You're fat. You got no friends. You got no girlfriend. Your relationships suck. Things are got to change. And slowly over time, I changed, right?
What was your first step towards change?
I think just admitting my faults,
Yeah, but after that.
letting go of resentment. I would hold grudges.
Oh.
Because when you have no
Ooh.
confidence, you hold grudges. The grudges are toxic, man.
Yeah,
So I just let them go.
I'm never gonna talk to this
I
person
just let them
again.
go. I just let them go. I stopped blaming my parents for making me do things, and stop blaming my friends for making me do things, or ex girlfriend. I let it all go. And I couldn't believe how much stress I was under for years. It's horrible.
How do you let go of grudges?
I have no idea how it happened. It just one day I woke up. I'm like, I don't like really care about these negative emotions anymore. And then I started not caring what people think about me. But first it started by me actually saying it to myself. Don't care what that person thinks. Don't care about what that person thinks. Eventually you keep saying it to yourself. You believe it, right? The mind can be tricked. So I did all that. Then I started getting better jobs, higher paying salaries, started paying off the debt, closing credit cards, paying off the debt, fixing relationship with friends, calling up friends I hurt, or friends, saying, I'm really sorry. I was not a good person 5 years ago. I did not treat you right. Apologizing, taking accountability, all that. And then happily I met my wife just while I'm in this process. And she was super supportive. And I was very clear from the beginning, I'm on this journey right now. And I used to be a chronic liar. I used to love to lie. Oh my God, I loved.
Ooh, tell us about that.
I was so good at lying. Like it was because I think it's because I'm trying to hide the truth and I don't want to be myself. So you lie and you just became so good at lying.
Give us an example.
Whatever you want. I've lied about everything. What do you want?
Like you're hanging out with friends. What
Yeah.
would you lie about with friends?
Lie about how great my job's going. Lie about promotions. Lie about girls I've been with. Everything. You know what I mean? It's all to feed this ego you have inside and to not feel the
It is
negativity.
ego driven,
It's all
isn't
ego. It's all
it?
ego.
Right? Ego is the devil.
Because humility is you saying I suck, right? And then your ego goes, oh, you can't say that because if you say I suck to your friend, and he's gonna think less of you, and your ego is like, no, I got to be the man.
Yeah. In Seneca, am I saying his name
Sure.
right? The philosopher.
Yes.
Yeah, he says something like he used to dress like an idiot and go to a party and just to embarrass himself so that he reminds himself to be humble.
Yeah, well, Marcus Aurelius used to have a person who used to walk behind him, and every time someone would praise him, he'd whisper in his ear, "You're just a guy. You're just a man."
Oh, damn.
He would have a
That's good.
servant walking behind him saying, "You're just a man."
but
you're
like
just a man."
having a servant in
Well, it's
itself
Marcus
is like
Aurelius.
pretty like
It's Marcus Aurelius. Right? it's a Roman
pretty
emperor.
counterproductive there.
I know. It's a
Work
Roman.
harder.
It's a Roman emperor, so you got to give him that, right? But that was pretty cool. Anyway, so did all that, and then slowly things got better. And now I'm in a place today where I don't have debt. I'm not negative, super positive, and I'm on this journey of knowledge growth and being completely authentic and real. I'm absolutely loving it. I have 3 podcast shows, very successful career. Me and my wife have like the best relationship. Me and my dad have the best relationship ever. He's my best friend. I just booked us a trip to Scotland, so we're gonna be going on a trip to Scotland. Super happy about it. And yeah, that's basically where I am today.
Okay.
Took 5 years, hard 5 years. I always tell people, man, don't do it on your own. I did it on my own. It's not ezy. It's grueling, and you're gonna cry, and you're gonna feel defeated. If you can talk to a therapist, you can talk to someone. Talk to someone. Don't do it alone. Doing it alone sucks.
So why didn't you talk to a therapist?
Ego.
So
There you
it's
go.
like, I'll
Even
do it
after
by
all
myself.
that, there was still an ego. But if I could go back in time and talk to 26-year-old Hassan, I'd be like, dude, go. Here's a number. Call someone. Or at least talk to someone.
Okay, but like what else is still on that list? You can't say like at 31 I'm done. Like
No,
I've
there's
done.
you're
I've
never
reached
done.
it, like-
You're never done. I think it's a life mission. I don't think it's not a hack. It's not like a goal. I think it's a mission of life, right?
Okay.
So I don't think I'm ever done. But at least things I've eliminated, I'm gonna make sure they don't come back. Like lying, for example, I'm done with that. I'm now brutally honest. I'm the complete opposite. Super authentic, like the word I keep loving to say, right?
Word of the day,
It's
authentic.
a great word. It's a great word. So all these things, man, you can stop. It's just, the idea is just don't let it come back.
I remember we used to have a couple of friends like around our group, like not solid friends in the group, but a couple of friends that like would come every now and again, who everyone knew were chronic liars, like compulsive liars.
But
too.
people can tell. People aren't stupid, man.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the chronic liar will think that he's smarter than everyone else, right? So he's like, everyone's believing my lies, and no one's buying it. No
Yeah.
one's buying shit, right?
Yeah, and like they
Yeah.
would tell these lies, and we're all thinking like I just wouldn't understand, why are you lying? I just didn't
you
get
should-
it.
I feel like it's
Unnecessary
You
things.
should feel,
too.
man. Be empathetic, man. Feel bad for them, man.
That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
true.
I
Feel bad for
would
them.
I would feel so bad. Like what a dark place to be in.
Yeah, it's a horrible place.
That like your actual existence isn't enough. That you feel you have to
Add to it.
Yeah, you're like, what I am isn't good enough. Therefore, let me pretend to be something else.
Yeah.
And yeah, the whole chameleoning thing, like being someone else. Like if I'm in a bunch of like religious people, I'll be like the biggest sheikh out of them all.
Yeah.
And if I'm with like, you know, sports guys, then I'll be like, oh, well, I met Ronaldo last summer. You know, whatever people say about soccer. I know nothing about soccer.
Same.
Is Ronaldo a soccer player? I don't know.
You got it. There's many Ronaldos though.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that in itself is kind of sad, right?
It is very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, children do lie, but I feel like it's something you grow out of it.
I think kids lie because they're trying to test their limits. And it's up to adults to kind of let them understand their limits. So if a kid lies, he gets away with it, he knows he can lie again. But if he doesn't get away with it, he understands the limit, right?
True. Like the other day, Tamara came home and she was like, my daughter,
Yeah.
she was super stressed because her friends were coming over on the weekend. And then she was like, I told my friends that I live in a palace and I have a pool and I all this stuff. And then I was like, you put that on yourself like that. And then I had to like give her a speech on like, but what we have is great. You don't need to lie. Like you know what I mean?
100%.
Like as a kid.
Yeah.
But you know, the media, you got to blame the media, man. The media. It's all on the media.
So, okay, all of us have lied at some point in our lives. What is the worst lie that you ever told?
I don't think I'm a liar in that sense.
You've never lied?
Like, okay, maybe I've lied to my
Oh,
parents.
I'll give you
as
the
a
best lie I
teenager.
ever told.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told my dad I was still registered in engineering for 3 years. I took marketing courses.
Oh, that's funny.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh. It's harsh.
Yeah.
Ooh, and how was it when you...
But the thing is, I wouldn't just lie to him.
Dude,
I would
like-
have to lie to everyone, right?
I'm
Because I
getting
can't
like-
let my sisters know the truth because they'll tell my dad.
Yeah.
So then I can't
yeah.
let my friends know the truth because they might like. So I was lying to like tens of people.
Yeah.
And then I would go to class. I pretend I'm going to engineering class, and you kind of divert and you go to your marketing class.
That's a lot of... That's so
Yeah.
tiring.
That's
It
the
is.
worst part about lying, when you're like, oh, now I gotta lie about this because
There's layers to
yeah,
it.
then like add
It's
it, add it,
horrible.
and it
You don't
becomes
understand
a
the
huge
stress
thing.
you go through.
Yeah.
Like I would when I got rid of all that at 26, I literally felt I aged, like I got younger, and all the stress I was carrying so much on my shoulders.
So how
much.
did your dad finally find out about
Well,
all
it got to a
this?
point is where I was still registered in engineering, taking marketing courses. So when you're in university, taking non-courses, they all count as electives.
Mm-hmm.
So my elective courses were in like the 80-something percentile. But then my main courses were 0 because I wasn't going to class.
Yeah.
So my average was 50. So I got kicked out
Uh-huh.
because I got expelled. So I had to go to another university, and I got told him at that point.
Right.
He got so angry. I think he got more angry that I held the lie for so long. We're talking about years.
Yeah, that's like
That accumulates
tough.
so much.
Horrible. Like I can't even imagine how much that's going to affect my lifespan.
Problem with lying too is that you really get into the details when you're telling a lie. You know,
Yeah,
you try to like elaborate
So
more.
you have to create worlds. You have to create worlds, right? You have to create worlds of your courses, and then the people you know that are engineering, they don't see you. Where are you, Hassan? I'm like, oh, I'm actually. We're talking about it expounds, right? Expands,
That's
whatever.
insanity what you're
Yeah,
describing.
Yeah, it's horrible.
it's a slippery slope.
And imagine you're doing this in your early 20s when you're developing, right? It's not good.
That's like when you're supposed to be finding yourself
Right.
and you're like losing it.
Yeah, but it's also a reflection of us in the Arab world and how much pressure we put on our children to be specific majors, and maybe our kids are not adept at actually saying no. I couldn't tell my dad no, right?
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to disappoint your parents. My dad always wanted me to be an engineer, so I said yes, right? Instead of me saying no, and actually, if I had said no, we would have fought for how long? A couple days, a week, a month.
Yeah.
But then the rest of that time would have been good because I got to do what I want. But instead, what happened? I said yes. And then we fought for years, and then resentment built for years.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, though, like when you're at that age, you don't even know that saying no is an option.
100%.
You're just not aware
True.
that your parents are thinking that you might say no. You just think that yes is the only possibility. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Well, think about it this way, right? Your frontal cortex only develops at 26. So you're not even your brain's not even an adult until you're 26. Then we're asked at the age of 18 to make a decision on a career that we're supposed to do for the rest of our lives when our brain hasn't developed. So I've even changed the way I look at education.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the frontal lobe has to do with your sexuality and your emotional intelligence, right? And that's not even developed until your late 20s. So what are we talking about? Which is funny because that actually coincided the moment where I hit rock bottom was 26.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
aligned in a weird way.